from the end of October, or yeah, end of October. But ES, I believe it's ES. Yeah, ES has a imbalance here, and this is the one, two, three, fourth time we've got into it, and this is a higher low every time.
Somebody.
Yeah, live. There's a few things we were talking about before we started the stream. We are looking to possibly continue doing what we have been doing, consolidate, drop down, head up. Kind of got a little triangle right now, so we're looking at that. And that's the premise of it.
If you look at the weekly on NQ, we're in a Timmy candle,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you look at the weekly on ES, we're on an imbalance with a higher low, like this, like the fourth or fifth time we've got into it.
Yeah, I see that Timmy. Oh yeah, dang. We also hit a daily Timmy
Yep.
on NQ as well. Spends two just inside day. Damn. Well, this is an inside day. Let's see what it do from here.
It'd be nice to get that little higher low, little bear flag, and then just cram it down their throats, and then bounce it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pause.
Unhinged after hours.
I like it.
Sorry, I didn't know how else to put it.
No, that's fine. That's
Perfect.
fine.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
I love Timmy.
Me too, brother. I've been getting good fucking laughs with Timmy in here. It's fucking good. Yeah, monthly could also get good too. Something that we covered last night was that monthly low, that 246050, which is like literally our weekly low. If we're above that, then we're pretty good for some more upside. We've just been wicking that right there, that low.
Yep, that's what I was saying. For 4 days of wicking into it, and it's just starting to look like it wants to curve back up.
Yep, just a little bit at least. Retest these liquidities up here above. That'd be pretty sauce.
Yep,
Retest
premium.
the
Premium's 21,133.
retest the 200 on the 4 hour.
I don't know if they'll skid it this high. Let's see if it'll let me click on it. But we have an imbalance that's not completely closed on ES at 624.50. I know that's a big scoop, but
On which time
on
frame?
ES, the daily.
Daily.
Yeah, so you got an imbalance on the 21st and the 25th. And we almost closed it on the 26th.
You're talking about this?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing, imbalance and like gap.
Yeah.
There's also equal highs on hourly NQ at 21,387.
I don't know. This M kind of doesn't look complete yet.
That's your weekly, right?
Yeah. This looks like they might want to sell it still. Possible. I'm not saying they will.
But we could get a TBR on a smaller time frame to the upside.
Yeah. Because
Get
like
it
we
and then come
retested
on.
this one right here and went down. Didn't
What's our weekly profile gonna be then? Just down.
down. Trump
I
market
Solid.
down.
I think we close the imbalance that way. Keep hitting.
Yeah. Oh, also ES. This little guy right here holding us down.
That's what I said
Yeah,
today. It's pretty comical that everyone expected like this huge Trump bull market, and the only thing that looks bullish is China's stocks.
We're just rebalancing. Trump is bringing equilibrium.
yeah. That Timmy candle today. That's where, as soon as we tapped it, that's where I sold some.
Yeah. So my NQ, we still have that one above, so I can see us hitting this and then coming back down. We're here on the 4 hour. That's that TBR.
Yeah.
Daily, same thing. Kept on hitting it right there. Then that 4 hour finally broke that one. This liquidity, yeah, I think it's also all up to this level. What is this? 2694. 2694. Oh, if you guys need to place a horizontal line, Alt H on TradingView, and if you need a vertical one, Alt V. Heads
What?
up.
I didn't know that.
Good to know.
Yeah, I got the tips and tricks here. Put a key next to the guru. Cool. Yeah, 694. Yeah, it looks like that's been kind of like we broke that down and have been kind of retesting it. Same with this one, 2725 as well. Get rid of this 2725. It's been a solid one too for us. Those liquidities below taken. It's almost OTE of this range too. Not almost, I think that was. Yeah. Look at that. 786 of this range. Of the previous day.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's like 2 a fucking T. 1.5. That's a 216 and 215 was the low today.
Precision.
Can't get any closer.
Yep. So I guess we're just looking now for a breakout out of it. What's that? That's that. There's our inverse head and shoulders. Let me actually test something. Inverse head and shoulders. Where's our... Where's our 20? Oh, I'm like, where's my 20? Yeah, 20 under the right shoulder, kind of. Usually head and shoulders, I look for the 20 to be under the right shoulder, so it's almost like a support line for it. So it's kind of, sounds okay. It's alright. We'll see what the news brings, honestly.
Yep.
Like, not bearish, not bullish. I'm just fucking
Just
see
here.
what they do this week. Yep, just here.
I was just glad to finally see some volume show up.
For sure. Some volatility.
Mm-hmm.
should have seen my jaw hit the floor in that long this morning.
Yeah, dude, that fucking data long. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
it
cut
was
this
just like
whole fucking
it
candle.
was 0 to plus 500 in 1 second.
Sold right back down to it.
Yep.
Let's go over what we did, and then we will end it. So right today, as we outlined on stream, we were rejecting this 4-hour fair value gap. As you can see, I'll show you on the 4-hour right here. Right, we still can't get through it. We're wicking above it, but we had no body close above it yet. So we are looking for, what is this? What is that? All right, we're looking to get above these two green zones, the top of that fair value gap and the top of that OB on the daily, or the bottom of that daily candle. So we're looking at the breaker. So we're looking to displace above these levels right here. If we can't displace above that, 2649 slash 2653.25, we're likely going to see more downside. If we get above it and hold it, then we can head back up, right? And that's for the future. But today we came down. We bounced this little zone on the hourly. I won't tell you what zone that is. We'll cover it a little bit later in a later session. But we bounced that. You can see Tim mentioned this trend line, so possibly coming back into it tomorrow. But we bounced that, came down, and then headed back up on our 15-minute, as we usually talk about at that 9:30. Came down, swept liquidity, headed back up. On the 5-minute was even more clear as we came down, swept it, came back up, swept these liquidities right here, and then came back down as we couldn't hold this. And then we also had a nice little rejection of a certain range right there. Right, 618 rejection over here, came back down. And then we also hit the 2618 of the 15-minute range, or the 5-minute range, but on the 15, it's just that very last 15-minute range before the sell-off. So that's been solid. That's like pretty much what today was. Otherwise, there was some other intraday setups. Like you could have taken this rejection on the 5-minute, right? That's your silver bullet trade right here. As we swept liquidity, we still had some to the low, so you look for your nearest drawn liquidity. Swept this, closed this fair value gap, so now it's an inverse. We kind of got a double confirmation here, came back down. And then from here, just a little reversal. Our little indicator outlined almost the bottom of it over here at 11:30. So we came down, 11:45, reversal 11:45, right? That candle swept the bottom of the previous low. We had a wick or a flat top over here, flat top over here, so those could have both been targets for you for upside. And then from there, obviously that London session high could have been your upside. And we said S&D today too in our chat. Reminds me.
Another one?
No, just us saying S&D today
Yep.
in the very morning.
Yep.
Before the market opened.
You know what's weird? We haven't had S&D. Like, I feel like last year we had it so much every other day.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, last year we had it so much.
What's a S&D?
Seek and destroy.
Okay.
So it's where it goes like a broadening formation, megaphone, whatever you want to call it. But it goes from bottom to like top.
No displacement, just like grabs liquidity, runs to the other side, doesn't grab liquidity, runs back down.
Which, I mean, yeah, you can take these lows. That's your, like, see kind of.
The thing that makes you lose all your money if you
Megaphone.
don't know how to scalp.
Yeah. end here to there. See that?
Yep.
Come down, retest these, come back up, retest that again. Just targeting those like outside highs. So we set that in our chat. If you guys are not part of it yet, www.papertraders.io. Join it up. Got an amazing trading community. Make sure you're following at Hazed Beats on Twitter. Phenomenal trader, 12 years of experience. Make sure you're following at Big Timmy Hedge on Twitter as well. Phenomenal indicator trader. Phenomenal creator. And he's got, how many years of trading experience do you have, Timmy?
I started November 26th of 21.
21.
About five, almost five. Yeah,
But
getting 4 years.
4 years, but he spent a year studying charts for 24 hours a day. So he's got experience out the wazoo as well.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my best friend. That's what I was telling my best friend. Like when he was, like quizzing me, I'm like, dude, all I did, like, so when I first started, I just got on FinViz and like typed in 200,000 float and looked at every chart until I could start seeing stuff.
Yeah.
Then I started building on that.
It's the best way to do it. That's why we keep preaching screen time. Nothing beats screen time, right? We can share our experience as much as we want, but nothing will make you see the things you see until you look at your chart yourself. We can't make you
and everyone
see stuff.
Everyone sees stuff differently. That's the beauty of it too.
Mm-hmm. So it's so nice to have like our diverse community. Like you see stuff differently, Timmy sees stuff differently, I see stuff differently, but we all kind of implement each other's stuff into one and make it work.
Or like we'll line up almost
Exactly.
perfectly.
So I love it.
Or like we'll line up almost perfectly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, all of these liquidities, I can get rid of that. Get rid of some lines on my charts to make it look a little cleaner. This right here, put all of these. I can get rid of that. Put these in a little box. I'll probably keep that low. So that I know that, hey, we swept that, but we can also come back, retest that. This line, get rid of that. Just clean it up a bit. Yeah, these levels over here, we got a bit of a consolidation. This is our yearly open right here. This line. So we're hitting that right now. And kind of having trouble displacing above it. And then we have other key levels over here that we've retested and broke down below before. So you can see how well this area rejected previously, then we broke above it, have retested it multiple times, now we're finally back below it, and now we're retesting it back up to the upside. So we'll see if we can come down further. So we got a bunch of lows on this chart.
And that M doesn't complete until we get equal lows from, what is that, September or October?
Yeah, November. These ones.
Is it November?
Like October, November.
Yep. Yeah,
like
November.
End of that month.
Yeah, volume imbalance on it too.
Yep, right here down below.
Yeah.
No, that might be a contract gap. Yeah, it could be rolled contracts here.
No. So once that M completes,
oh, right here.
Yeah, ES is a little different. So yeah, ES is a little bit different.
Yeah, we shall see. Because we've seen it where they like do this, and then big candle up, or they also do this, take these tops, and then sell back down. So
yeah, they do the same move after open a lot.
Yep. So S&D, maybe we'll see another S&D tomorrow, and then finally like come down a little bit, and then these will be our target highs right here. Previous day high, or not previous day high. This this high right here.
If we get back up there and we hit that trend line, that'd be a descending triangle too.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. We could fake break above it and then sell back down through this trend line. It was like a inverse power of 3 or rising 3. No, not power of 3. Inverse rising 3. Yeah. Oh no! Oh my god! 3 drives. Inverse 3 drives. I was getting all kind of shit mixed up. But yeah, maybe today we can go over a little bit of like inverse fair value gap setups. See what we have on those. Just back test those a little bit. See how price moves. We're also almost back up to the that 4-hour trend line. Shane. Oh,
Yep.
somebody. EMA. Sorry. Almost back up to the 4-hour 200 on Bitcoin, so we can reject right at the yearly open. Again on that. But let's dive into.
Yay! Can't wait.
Yay! More downside on Bitcoin. My favorite. I love Bitcoin. What BitConnect? Let's bring that guy back.
No, that was that was 3 tops ago.
Maybe he'll help us pump it.
Dude, that was the first top signal of the first cycle.
Bring him back. We gotta know.
Like he's in jail.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. That was the Ponzi of all Ponzis.
Hey, come on, we can do that. We can start it up. BitConnect. And we start selling.
Hype.
Bring it out on the market.
What Nick Cannon's gonna do? He's pumping his shit coin.
Yep, all the celebs, including Trump, sucked it dry.
Shoved it down everybody's throat and sucked it dry. Just say jam it.
Send everybody that. Jam it down their throat.
Stuff it down their throat. That's what I said. Oh my god.
Now they're going to have to send those 5,000 Doge checks to everybody so they can pump crypto back up to dump on them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only way they're gonna do it. Oh, you guys want your taxpayer money back?
Only if you're gonna buy crypto.
No capital gains taxes on crypto? Well, no capital loss either. You get fucked. Can't claim that on your fucking return.
I have enough capital loss for my entire life, I think.
Yeah.
That's no lie.
Seriously. Okay. See over here. We have a little inverse setup right there. Basically, with inverse fair value gaps, you want to see a liquidity sweep first before anything happens, and then a little displacement. It's almost like confirmation, right? You can either enter it in OTE of the little range, or you can enter it in the inverse fair value gap. So for typically, you would want to see the very first candle close it, and then this next one retrace into it. But this one's kind of wacky, right? This one didn't necessarily retrace into it, fell back down, but still had a larger fair value gap right there. So it could still be a decent little setup right there. Let's keep her going. Let's look for more inverses. do we have here? Tiniest little inverse, right? And also a fair value gap. So you can kind of, with these ones, right? This is the type of displacement you want to see through that fair value gap initially. So you can always just, whoop, this came into, it's lined up with 50% of it, inverse fair value gap. It kind of helps you also determine the little point where you want to sell. This right here, inverse, didn't really retrace back into it. So I'll disregard that one. I know Dodgy is phenomenal with the inverses. I like to use them here and there, just whenever I see one that's looking a little likely. Just tried my eye for it. But if you guys want to learn the true inverse fair value gap, I'd follow Dodgy. Whatever he's up to. Playing golf.
It's always like taking a data wick and then inversing and then targeting the other side of it, pretty much.
Yeah. It's like taking that high liquidity, like over here, right? We took that liquidity right here. Liquidity sweep right there. You don't necessarily have like a solid fair value gap displacement, but you've displaced through this fair value gap, right? So now that's your inverse. We tapped into it twice and then came right back down, right? Also have a little M pattern. You can put things together, kind of mesh them, make sure that you get your confluence, right? That's why a lot of people
we rejected that low.
We didn't even tap it. Came so close to it. Oh, you mean rejected this low?
Yep, like we came out of that inverse, fell down through that liquidity to the left, and then reached back up and rejected off it again.
Yep. Rejecting off the middle of the M. Rejecting off the middle of the M. Yeah, let's see what we keep doing here. There's another small little inverse, another little TBR setup right here. There's another small little inverse, another TBR, retest that as we broke through it with force. And then continue up. Right, then up top, you have another inverse fair value gap. This is where we sweep this liquidity. We have a little special candle up top over here. Come up. We don't retest it, but we retest the fair value gap and we're like, okay, cool. We close through this fair value gap. So we can't come up retest it. So you can kind of have multiple buy options. You can have one over here. You can have one right there. Yeah, that's so weird seeing only a 100-point candle in 5 minutes. That's crazy. I guess this one's 300. Those 5-minute candles recently have been wild. Let's keep her going. See, right? You can also just wait for a body close above it and then small little retrace into the 5-minute, continue up. This is what we did over here. There was a really good setup. A lot of times those are like at those tops. If you don't see something, it's probably a lot better on the 1 minute, but I'm not going to tell you guys to go and, play on the 1 minute because you shouldn't be. You should be looking at your higher time frame bias, using your 1 minute as a confirmation for like lows or anything like that. I think it was on this day. Yeah, that huge sell-off that we had came down, broke through this on the reversal, came down, retested it multiple times, right? This was 6 a.m. Retested this, held it. You can see the wicks going through it, but the bodies are not closing below it. And then we continue up over here. Right. Huge little reversal. Continue up, continue up, continue up. Over here, you can take this fair value gap right here as well. See how this one closes below it? This next 5-minute retraces into it a little bit, retraces into the 5-minute candle. Then we also, something that we've covered here on stream, we are holding below the low of this candle, right? So, okay, we're still bearish. Cool, we can target this low. We can target this low right here, which we end up reaching in our afternoon session. And we continue going. Similar thing over here. We don't retest it necessarily, but we still break through with some good force. Okay, cool. We can at least target this and this over here if we swept this Asia low. Right, you always want to look for that liquidity. If you don't get a reversal setup, okay, let's look for an inverse fair value gap, right? If a body closes strongly above it, next body, you can see holding the close of this candle right here. Okay, cool. We can continue up. Let's keep her going. What else do we got? This one's small, but still played out nicely. Full downside right here. Displays below it, close. These wicks are coming up, retesting it. We can't get through it. Right, continuation down. Wick, target, target, target. Target hit. Over here, similar thing. See, we had a little bit of reversal. Some people probably thought, hey, all right, it's reversing. But then we break through. We never come back and retest it. But okay, do we have any more liquidity to the downside? Yes, we do. We have these equal lows. All right, that's our target. Right. There's your tickle meter. Over here, similar thing. Come up. Take the liquidity. We have an inverse fair value gap right there. Break through it on this candle. We do come back, retest it over here, and then reject down. But from here, you can kind of look, okay, this is closed above it. Then we have a fair value gap that formed. It's not necessarily in discount. But okay, you can take a small, concise down, take a very small risk just to test your theory, right? Because you still had some Asian lows to reach. All right, cool. We reached that. And I'm sure if we throw a fib on it, we bounced at a pretty good spot too. We're going to be like a -1 or so on it. Yeah. Keep her going over here. A little bit of like displace right above it. We're not rejecting this low. We're not rejecting that. This candle close is holding the previous candle open and the body of it. All right, we'll continue up, probably target this liquidity. Later on, we come back down into this fair value gap as well, retest it, continue up. Here, this was a good example too. So we swept these lows right here. All right, this is a good short-term reversal. Okay, cool. We break through it. Oh man, there's no entry. Okay, let's see if we can do this. We retrace back into it. We had a little zone over here as well. This would have probably been a better entry, but you can take it right on that fair value gap as well, or inverse fair value gap. All right, continue up. If you guys are watching right now, enjoying these, if you're learning something new, make sure to give it a like, give it a share. Make sure you're following at Hazed Beats. Make sure you're following at Big Timmy Hedge on Twitter. Phenomenal traders. Make sure you also check out www.papertraders.io for the website that we have built and for the community that we have created. It's phenomenal. You love it in there. Daily plays, daily market analysis. We got everything in there. Any style, I'm sure will match it. Let's continue going. A little small one right over here, broke above it, but nothing too serious. Going over here, small little inverse, little zone up here at the top as well. So you can actually let me mark that out with this color because that's a better entry. Retest that. That's a Benji trade entry, BTE. If you guys are also following ES Benji on Twitter, great guy. So right here we come up, retest these zones, target these lows, get to them in the afternoon session. This is the big one, right? We break, take data high, we still have data low. I'm up almost close below it. We wick through it, and this is a strong enough body where we have this displacement or this candle 2 up top. All right, cool. We can target this right here. London took both sides, so then we have next liquidity right there. Let's keep her going. All We have here another one right there, right? Displaced through it. Don't necessarily tap back into it, but our body's closing right there. It's holding all these wicks down. So then we continue to the downside. So you have this huge open. And we come down. I think we might call it a day here for tonight. I think everybody's a little sleepy. Everybody's ready for bed. And then we should be back on tomorrow morning. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys learned something. Let us know if you want to see more of something, less of something. We love doing these. Give us a like, give us a share. We'll see ya.